Cause your vibe may be different, and shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You finding your find in the sky, we gon' ride the ecliptic like a Mercury transit.
Peace, y'all. Say it with Star Card Astrology, and I'm here to give you your daily astrology guidance for Friday, September 9th, 2022. And I want to say, if everybody who watches this, anybody who watches this, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. Just, we're trying to get the channel to grow, get this information out there for people who, might need a little bit of guidance, might need some insight, just, so they know they're not going crazy or alone in these wild times we went through and are gonna experience coming up here. So let's pop off. So we have the build up to this full moon that will be happening Saturday, and the moon's in Pisces, which it's a water sign, so it's definitely not in a bad position for the moon to be. So, but definitely some intuitive, emotional, spiritual guidance coming through here on this full moon. Whatever you feel pulled to do in the moment, I think, just follow that. Don't second guess it. And that's this opposition here. That's the full moon. It's not exact at this moment that I have it at, because I have it exactly when the exact minute down to the second that wonderful Mercury will go retrograde tomorrow. Well, today, sorry. And it is in Libra. It will retrograde back into Gemini. So we will be going through, we're going to be backtracking through communication with, a lot of relationships. Past relationships could come up heavily. This is where we want to make sure that we're not miscommunicating, that everything's out in the open, we're getting things cleared, back up everything that you're going to need after this retrograde. The typical Mercury retrograde preparations, anything that we've been working on prior to, we can complete those things, but starting new things, signing new contracts, things like that, we don't want to do. Definitely going to be heavily, take a heavy toll on the mind, especially this one, as it happens directly before this full moon. So, Mercury is still on the last parts of this opposition. Well, it's actually going to backtrack over this opposition to Jupiter. So definitely, got to be careful what we say. We don't want to overinflate the ego, spark too many disagreements and arguments that probably aren't necessary. But all in all, we have Venus moving up to 6 degrees Virgo. Still really looking at cleaning up our relationships, really simplifying them, keeping the right ones, the purest ones, and, forging ahead with those, solidifying those. Pluto is making this Sessi square to Mars. So again, the things we take action on, the things that we take action on in the moment, right? Gemini is about, you know, more in the moment than the long-term planning. That would be more of like a Capricorn thing. But with Pluto and Capricorn, this is where, the taking action in the moment can actually change the trajectory long term, or at least, bring about some type of massive change that we weren't necessarily planning on, but it's still kind of like the goal we wanted. It's kind of like if we're trying to create some type of success, and we're doing, we're trying to plan it long term. If we kind of back off of that and just, what feels right now, what doors are opening right now, well, let me take action on that right now. What can I complete right now? What can I, put out there right now? And just move along with that, no matter what it is, right? I can. The best way to do it is to relate it to my situation, right? Because I put out music. I have a lot of music from last year that I want to put out, but I have awesome music that I have recently made. And whatever feels right now, whatever feels like the vibe right now, is what I'll put out. It doesn't matter when I made the song, And it's kind of like that, if I go over there, go sit in the studio, and, I finish a mix and a master on a newer song that just falls into place better. It falls into place the right way. Everything sounds right. Everything can, I can move forward, come up with a clean, easy idea for the cover and some visuals. Then why would I hold myself back and look at the long term and be like, well, I've been planning on putting out this other song from last year. Well, you know what? Maybe the world needs the song that I feel intuitively guided to put out right now. So it's kind of like that, right? Whatever you do in your life and whatever you're trying to aspire for, it's more about feeling it out in the moment and making the adjustments at that time and allowing, the guidance to come through. And Mars is at the moment that I ran this chart, squaring the moon, and that line sucks. So, there we will be intuitively guided. Pisces is where the intuition comes in. It's that raw connection with the universe and God, and this is where we have to trust our intuition and what emotionally feels right, and just move and just make that move. And again, we're always going to be based in this value system of the North Node in Taurus, and we need to not be fearful of what we might need to move into or have to handle. I don't know what type of fly that is, but I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like a mosquito, though. Either way. But yeah, this Saturn square Uranus is going to hit heavy. By the end of this retrograde. So, we just need to be preparing for, there she goes. There it is. We just need to be preparing for, a lot of crazy shifts to happen, just like the last Saturn Uranus square. Neptune and Pisces, the moon's right there with it while we have this full moon. This is us really just connecting with our guides, allowing God to guide us, allowing the universe to pull us where we're supposed to be pulled. and making sure that, we're doing the work that's necessary for us and our mission, not somebody else's mission, just, tapping into our soul contracts and the reason why we're here. Because, while we still have the opportunity to utilize the resources that we have right now before things get really, really crazy and things, don't look the same, we have to, connect with our mission and really complete that, right? I mean, not necessarily complete it, but make sure that we're making strides in that area, and that our main focus is the reason why we came here. And a lot of us, the reason we came here was to, help bring to this, help guide our, other souls, or bring in souls, through our children and things like that, and really reinforce the future with the right type of energy and vibration that is going to be necessary to, keep humanity on a higher vibration, or keep raising the vibration of humanity. Because we all, we can see that there are entities that, are trying to do otherwise. So tap in to yourself, your higher self, and why you were born, why your soul decided to come here. And that's what will really get us through, and that's what we're being called to do through the astrology right now, is what will allow us to, get out of our heads and get out of, this social structure of like what we need to have and where we should be in our life, and all of these things don't matter to the universe and to God, because God gave us the opportunity and the permission to come here with our soul contracts from a past life and for this life. And that has nothing to do with whether, we own a home, or whether we have, whether we're, getting a promotion at our job and helping, build somebody else's, franchise that doesn't care about you, and, all of that, what kind of car you drive, and, did you go to Disney World this year, and, all of that stuff. It's cool to enjoy, but it's not the reason we came here. It's not, our soul's mission isn't something, isn't that. It's not that. Not that we didn't come here to enjoy ourselves, right? Well, obviously we did. This is probably, the universe's playground, and at the same time, laboratory or experiment. So, and I think a lot of it, the experiment is, who's going to come here and realize that there's something more than just living life through this mundane, categorized lens, that everybody else is looking through, and comparing lives and comparing bank accounts and all of this. None of that actually matters at the end of the day. What actually matters is the connection between souls, the love that is supposed to be spread and formed and fostered during our lifetime, and then that reciprocates, but also it becomes, it gains momentum through us having kids, or even, whoever we meet, that's just like, wow, I really enjoyed that person's energy, and it inspires them to pass that energy and transfer love more and more and more. It's like in My Hero Academia, it's like the one for all. It's like the one for all quirk, right? It gets more powerful as it transfers to the next person or hero, or whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing with the love that, the true genuine love that we came here to shine and transfer to others. So let's see what the cards have to say for today. And I already shuffled, so I'm just going to break the card. And High Priestess. There she is. There she is. High Priestess. So again, intuition is going to be our greatest asset today. It's going to come through heavy, and we need to just move into that, right? And we might be guided into something that seems like we don't even know what that's about at first, but just trust it. Move into it. Make whatever moves that your heart is telling you to make today, and we will see the benefits of it later on down the road, 100%. So I hope that helped. And until next time, one love.
Cause your vibe may be different than shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You'll find in the sky, we gon' ride the eclipse like a Mercury trans.